Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who just lounges around, does the bare minimum, and yet money seems to pour into their pockets? Meanwhile, your hard-working neighbor, who's pulling 15 hours and even has a side hustle on the weekends, still has a bank account balance that's as cold as the North Pole. Don't rush to raise your hand. I know who you might be thinking of. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Thank Cure. Today I am going to tell you a harsh truth. Money isn't earned by just grinding your ass off. It's attracted. Why is money attracted? Now, a lot of you have probably heard of the law of attraction. There is actually some interesting stuff behind this law. Let me tell you about an interesting social experiment. Harvard University conducted a study where they had two groups of people attend the same social event. The first group was told, "Today you are going to meet wealthy people." The second group was told, "Today you are going to make new friends." Guess what happened? The second group ended up with more high-quality connections and business opportunities. Why? When people have too strong of an agenda, they give off a desperate vibe. That kind of energy field makes others instinctively want to stay away. This reminds me of my successful old classmate. Back when he was starting his business, he used to hang out at coffee shops all the time. He noticed that high-end coffee shops were often filled with elites from various industries, but here is the interesting part: he never tried to strike up conversations with them forcefully. Instead, he focused on his own thing, and that ended up attracting others to come and talk to him. Isn't that the perfect example of a wealth magnet? Think about when you are scrolling through social media. How can you always tell which accounts are just trying to sell something? Their behavior patterns are too obvious. True value shines through naturally without being forced. Wealth naturally flows to where the most value is created. It's like a great team. Not everyone on the team is perfect, but everyone fills in the gaps for each other just right. Once you start showing your true value, you'll notice more and more opportunities popping up around you. It's not a coincidence. It's because your energy field starts a chain reaction. It's like rolling a snowball. At first it's small, but as long as you are going in the right direction, it gets bigger and bigger. So, instead of constantly thinking, "I need to make money, I need to make money," ask yourself this: is my energy field giving off a broke vibe? You know, money is kind of picky. It only likes to be around people with a good energy aura. But keep in mind, this energy field can't be faked. If you look at those who are truly successful, they're usually so into their passion projects that they don't even have time to think about making money. And that's when money comes to them. That's the so-called law of attraction for wealth. Isn't it amazing? But don't worry. Next, I am going to tell you how to create your own wealth-attracting energy field. How can ordinary people show our value? Let's do a fun thought experiment. In sociology research, there is a phenomenon called value perception bias. People tend to underestimate their unique value while overestimating the common abilities of others. It's like when we look at other people's social media posts, we always think their lives are super exciting, while ours are just plain. But the truth is, everyone has their own unique value code. Everyone is a unique individual, just like fingerprints. Your experiences, insights, and skill sets are one of a kind. It's not about what you can do, but how you use these traits to help others. Learn to show off your strengths in the best way possible. It's like a delicious dish. Nice plating can make people better appreciate the value of the ingredients. You need to match your abilities with other people's needs. It's like a switch. Once you find the right connection point, the energy will flow naturally. So, instead of envying the glamorous appearance of others, ask yourself, what's my unique value? What problems can I solve for others? Remember, value isn't about how big it is, but how precise it is. So, how to become a magnet for wealth. Next, we're going to talk about the topic you are most curious about: how to build your own wealth-attracting energy field. Have you noticed that among your friends, those who are always sharing money, making secrets, usually don't make much money? On the other hand, those who actually have a good amount of wealth rarely talk about money. There is a deep sociological principle behind this phenomenon: the fundamental difference between an abundance mindset and a scarcity mindset. Becoming a magnet for wealth is essentially a process of reconstructing your energy field. It involves several key aspects. 1. Shift your mindset, stop chasing money, start attracting it. Have you ever noticed that the richest people in the world don't seem to be hustling for money 24/7. Bill Gates is glued to stock charts. Warren Buffett spends his days drinking Coke, and Steve Jobs wore the same black t-shirt every day like he had nothing better to do yet. Their wealth keeps multiplying almost like magic. Why? Because they don't obsess over how to make more money. Instead, they focus on creating value and positioning themselves so that wealth naturally flows to them. And like a magnetic field, you might actually push it away. Imagine trying to catch a flock of pigeons by running at them. They will just fly off. But if you hold out some breadcrumbs and stay still, they come to you. Money works the same way. So what kind of people naturally attract wealth? Simple. Your energy frequency must match the magnetic field of wealth. Think of tuning a radio hymn. You're on the wrong frequency. You won't get a clear signal. If your mind is full of beliefs like Boona making money is hard, or rich people are all corrupt, then guess what? Money will avoid you. But if you start thinking in terms of value, exchange, leveraging resources, and smart decision-making, you'll notice that earning money becomes much easier. 2. Stop watching get-rich-quick videos and start learning what actually works. Scrolling through endless TikToks on how to make $10,000 a month or the secret to getting rich feels good, right? But let's be real. Has your bank account actually changed? Probably not, because consuming financial advice does not make you rich. It just gives you a dopamine hit if you really want to build wealth. The last thing you need is another viral money hack. Instead, you should be studying the deeper mechanics of business and finance. For example, instead of asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, which industries have the highest profit margins? What types of businesses are attracting the most investment? Where is the market heading in the next 5 years? People who build real wealth don't waste time on gimmicks. They study market trends, understand economic shifts, and make calculated moves. Take Tesla as an example. Don't just read about Elon Musk's morning routine. Study why he bet everything on electric cars. What were the global energy trends? How did government policies support this shift? That's the level of thinking that leads to real financial growth. In short, stop searching for secrets to getting rich and start upgrading your perspective. Money follows those who understand how the game works. 3. Writing done, right? Stop collecting contacts. Start building real connections. A lot of people think networking means adding a ton of LinkedIn connections and sending out generic "Ichi Happy New Year" letting collaborate messages. But let's be honest, these people don't care about you, and they definitely not going to hand you opportunities, because real networking isn't about knowing more people. It's about being someone people want to work with. So what kind of person attracts valuable connections? One with value to offer. Think about it. Who do you want to be friends with? Someone who always asks for favors, or someone who brings fresh ideas, useful insights, and real support? Exactly. Rainink is a value exchange, and if you don't bring anything to the table, no one is sticking around. The best way to build a powerful network isn't by knowing a bunch of random people, but by strategically connecting with those who complement your skills. If you're a programmer, get to know business strategists. If you're a designer, connect with marketers. The most powerful relationships are built on synergy. That's why successful people tend to move in the same circles. Entrepreneurs hang out with entrepreneurs, investors with investors. So instead of asking, how can I meet more influential people? Ask yourself, what value can I provide that makes influential people want to connect with me? The right people will come into your life when you focus on becoming someone worth knowing. 4. The rich get richer. Understanding the snowball effect of wealth. Have you ever noticed that wealthy people seem to get richer effortlessly while everyone else struggles? It did not a conspiracy, to just physics. More specifically, the snowball effect. Imagine rolling a tiny snowball down a hill. At first, it takes effort to push, but as it grows, it starts rolling on its own, picking up speed. This is exactly how wealth works. If you already have money, you can buy better resources, hire smarter people, and make higher-level investments. Your brand carries more weight, and people are naturally more willing to do business with you. On the other hand, if you're starting from zero, you have to use strategy and leverage to get momentum going. In other words, you need to create value so compelling that people want to invest in you, whether it's time, money, or opportunities. So, instead of complaining about how rich people always get rich, focus on building your own momentum. Start rolling that first snowball even if it is small. Because once it starts moving, it won't stop. And that not motivation. Just science. Now, some of you might be thinking, is this really that mysterious? It's not mysterious at all. Think about it. Why do some people seem to meet helpful people everywhere they go? Why can some people always seize market opportunities? Ultimately, it's because their energy fields are tuned to the optimal state. So to become a magnet for wealth, the key isn't how hard you chase after money. It's whether you truly understand the laws of how wealth works and whether you've adjusted your energy field properly. That's the real law of attraction for wealth. There is no such thing as a secret formula for getting rich overnight in this world. True wealth attraction is a positive cycle energy field, after all I've said. What I really want to convey is, stop constantly thinking about how to make money. Instead, think about how to make money come to you. That's the real law of attraction for wealth. Now, I am really curious. What do you think your current energy field is like? Are you constantly attracting opportunities, or do you always seem to miss them? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.